You're tuned in to the State of Modern Philippines or the Stump. This is Mark, and I'd like to apologize for the delay of the uploads for the videos. My boss at work just implemented a shifting schedule of 8 a.m. and 1 p.m., and my schedule shifts every 2 weeks, so I'm having a hard time meeting with my partners. But rest assured that once I'm back on the 8 a.m. shift next week, we'll finish this tournament coverage. Thanks for understanding, and with that out of the way, let's tune in to the third round match between Kevin Motus and Alain Encarnacion. Hi, and welcome back to the third round uh, for the tournament that happened last January 27 at Red Grand. I'm back with my original partner here, Jace.
Hi, I'm back. I was on leave for a few weeks because of my job, but hopefully I can continue again.
So we have Kevin Motos on your left and Alain Encarnacion on your right. Kevin, as far as I know, is a master of Coco decks like Amjan Coco, the devoted Druid Vizier combo, while Alain has been rocking Dredge for the past tournaments. Have you seen either players?
Actually, I've played with Alain before, I think, with Popper. I just can't remember, but I think he played Popper once.
Mm. So Kevin is the go-to guy for the Coco decks. He always run the that devoted druid this year of remedies combo. Uh, so I'm not gonna be surprised if he's running that. And Alain, of course, has been running Dredge recently. So
So it's a matter of who's faster, right?
yeah, but I guess both decks will ignore each other
Right.
because as far as I know, Dredge doesn't have any removal except for Conflagrate. But I think it only has two or three Conflagrates in its main board. And of course, if Kevin is on a combo deck, I think he is on a combo deck because I
I
see
can see Birds of Paradise,
Virtual Paradise
and I see a lot of lands
and
from Alain, actually.
yeah. Let's see. So Kevin mulligans to 6, while Alain seems to keep his 7 card hand. And so what are you up to, Jace?
Well, up to what?
Up to I mean, you've been missing for the past couple of weeks.
I was busy with work. I mean, I have a lot of things that's going on with the cameras and all.
All right. So you've been
We're kind of
busy.
busy.
Yeah. Hopefully we can sustain this until this tournament ends. I mean, this coverage for this event ends.
Yeah, I hope so as well.
We have five more games. Hopefully we can
yeah,
cover.
hopefully we can cover everything because I was just too busy because I had a lot of backlogs because of the December holidays and we're trying to keep up from those things.
Yeah. I guess Alain is still on Dredge. I see Dredge lands in his hand. It's the usual Dredge lands. So Kevin is definitely Kevin is on a combo deck and he molds the five.
Almost a five. That's pretty bad.
Probably he knows that Alain is on Dredge.
On
That's
Dredge.
why he's comfortable in mulliganing to 5 to disassemble his combo.
Yeah, I mean, from a combo perspectives, playing down Mulligan to five is really bad in all levels. I think this is the last Mulligan he can afford
Yes.
because if he tries to move for four, I think there's no way he can pull it out at all.
Uh huh.
Especially if he does this in the second game where the thought seizes and cause Alexa of Alain is in if he's on dredge.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. If this is your last mulligan, probably you're mulliganing to 5. I don't know if he's gonna be brave enough to mulligan to 4. But I guess he's gonna keep his hand.
He's got a ballista on hand. No
I don't see any
lens. Yeah, no lens.
He has a Birds of Paradise, but
Okay,
so
moving
there.
on to four. He's brave. I'll give him that.
I guess he is forced to mulligan to 4 because he doesn't have any lands.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is so bad.
Yep.
You know, playing Magic, this is one of the things that you will feel so bad losing about. No,
Yeah.
you lost. You know that you had a chance to win, but you lost because you had to move
Yeah, you have to move.
for everything.
Yeah. I understand that. Yeah. You know that you have the superior deck, but especially if you know that you're have the superior deck compared to your opponents, suddenly you lose.
Yeah,
This is a mulligan.
you know, I was watching one of the games last week, I think, when
Mhm.
I was during work. I had a chance to drop by with one of the game sites, and I saw this guy playing Elf.
Mm.
On turn 3, he played Coco and he got 6 lands.
Oh, that's bad.
And then the next turn, he played Coco again and landed with one creature.
All right.
That's one of the suckiest thing that could happen.
Yeah. So back to the game. There's Alain milling his top 2 cards of his library using Shriekhorn. So definitely he's on Dredge, while Kevin is on some sort of combo deck. But I see a evolution on his hand in his hand. So this is a different build.
No, Eldritch Evolution.
Eldritch Evolution. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's for creature
Yeah.
ability.
So Alain is sculpting his hand with looting effects here. Fateless looting.
Okay, he's got the
So
blood gas.
he gets 2 blood gas in hand, and then at the end of his turn, he will be the price amalgam will come into play. He fetches for another land.
So it seems that Elaine is already ahead of the game.
Yep. He'll have 3 creatures in play at the end
Yeah.
of his turn, while Kevin is just gonna be have is only has a Birds of Paradise. Excuse me. But if he can assemble the combo on his
On the
probably
next turn, there's
on
a
his
chance.
next 2 turns, uh, he
Okay,
can still pull it off.
another amalgam on the end of turn.
Yeah, so that's 4 creatures at the end of turn. Here we go. No, 3 only. 3
Oh,
only.
right, because the other priced amalgam did not see the blood gas enter.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Guess Kevin is playing the version without the Coco. I know he's a master of Coco decks, but this is the version where it doesn't have any collected company at all.
I think he does because I think I saw it in one of his mulligans.
Yeah, maybe that's a Court of Calling.
Right, probably.
Yeah, because there's this deck that's been running around with Eldritch Evolution and then Court of Calling. It's like Odd is back again. So we have Vizier of Remedy. So he's only needing a
The devoted druid.
devoted druid for unlimited mana.
Oh, right, that's what happened. That's why the other amalgam did not enter. Because that's
That's by end of turn.
no. What happened was the first amalgam saw the what do you call this? The
Blood gas.
Radgast enter. But technically, he would not be there because even though he saw it, he wasn't there when it entered. So it will come back on the next end step,
Hi. Alright,
which is the end step of Kevin.
so there's a creeping chill. Free creeping chill for Alain, and then he's attacking for
2, 4,
4,
and then
so
six,
6, 10, 10.
10 damage.
That's for 10 damage. Uh, yeah, that's for 10 damage. and he has conflagrate in the graveyard. So
For
he's targeting the creatures, and Kevin has seen enough. So game one goes to Alain. So that's too much for Kevin. A lot of creatures, and we'll be moving on to game two.
so, what does Kevin have in his sideboard for?
Probably a
He's pro- he's playing white, so he's probably having
I think it's a
rest in
creature
peace.
toolbox deck. So I guess scavenging ooze maybe.
Scavenging Ooze, maybe.
Yep, probably has scavenging ooze because that's a toolbox deck. I know he has white for rest in peace, but I guess they prefer the creatures instead of the enchantments or artifacts. But I think I've seen him board in uh, what's that enchantment when that you won't you can go down to one life. You have one worship.
Oh, worship.
I think I saw him board in worship. It's a decent card because, like I
Yeah,
said, Alain only has probably three or maximum of four removal via conflagrate.
yeah, and there's no answer for enchantments on
Yes,
Elaine's deck.
yes, and yeah, Alain will be surprised if that comes up because, as far as he knows, it's a creature combo deck.
Yeah,
It doesn't have
probably.
any enchantment, so that's gonna be a tech card for Kevin. But you can still win because he has creeping chill. Because it's not a damage.
Yeah,
You
right.
can bring Kevin's life
Down to
down to
one,
one and
and
then
then cast the creeping chill.
yeah, cast a creeping chill. But I don't think he'll be able to cast it. He needs to mill it from his library. We'll see. Sideboard games, I guess. But I guess it's a bit favored to Kevin because he has a lot of creatures that he can buffer as a blocker until he assembles his combo. And there's this new card for the deck. It's a
Is that the one that destroys a creature or gets plus
I don't
two
know.
or
It's
something?
like it's a Pyrexian mana.
Yeah.
Cause a Pyrexian mana. I don't know if it's just one mana or two mana, but I know it has a Pyrexian mana that it's a sorcery card. It can bring in creature from the graveyard, and it gains the creature gains haste. It's I think post mortem something. We'll see.
I haven't checked.
It's a,
Post-mortem?
no, no, I probably search Pyrexian mana or something. It's a black card sorcery.
Okay, checking.
And with that card, you can afford to lose a devoted druid.
What's up mana cost?
I'm not sure. I think it's a one or two maybe. I think it's two.
And it's black direction.
Yeah. Well, it's an old card, but recently it spiked because of this deck, where you can just recycle your devoted druid. And Kevin mulls again. I think he's gonna be mulling to six.
Okay, just checking. Kevin moved again, right?
Yeah, he mulled again, and
Post-mortem lunge.
that's
Oh, it's
post
an extra
mortem lunge.
cost.
Yeah,
But when target creature card with converted mana cost of X from your graveyard to the battlefield gains haste and exile it at the beginning of the next end step.
Yeah, so with that card, you can afford to lose the Devoted Druid, and then you can just cast that card, and then your Devoted Druid
Yeah.
has haste. You can combo off on that same turn. So
That's a pretty good card actually.
yeah, I see the Worship in Kevin's hand. So when he casts that, it's gonna be probably hard for Alain to deal with it.
But I
So
think he will not. If I were him, I will not cast it on second turn probably.
what?
The worship.
He won't be able to cast it yet because it's fourth cast.
I mean, third turn rather. Even though he has
Noble Hierarchy.
noble hierarchy in play.
Yeah, it's still too early, and I guess Alain will be casting Fictitious Looting here, or probably if he has this card, he can do that in his sideboard. And no, it's a Shriekhorn. Let's see. So Kevin attacks for 1.
Yeah. I think he's gonna play birds this turn.
There we go. And Alain mills the top 2 cards
Engineered explosives.
from his library. I guess that's he was planning. He wants to get that Engineered Explosive. That's a sideboard card, but I guess he milled it. So
So he drew instead of dredge. Oh, there's no dredge card.
and there's no Dredge card yet. He passes the
Pass the
turn, and Kevin fetches a land. So he's up 4 mana on his turn. Probably he can cast the Worship and be comfortable just casting creatures the next turn and assemble the combo.
Or he can actually do Coco this turn. He can end of turn
Let's see if he
Coco.
has Coco, but again, I doubt that this version, since I've seen Eldritch Evolution, I don't think that there's a Coco in his and or in the deck. Okay, so he attacks for 1. So he's taking his time, and then he is casting the Worship, and that's gonna be a problem for Elaine. Only card that can take care of that is
Engineered
Engineered
explosives.
Explosives, and that's gonna be a
And
very
and he's having
slow Engineered Explosives.
yeah, and he's also having a problem with
Dredge cards.
dredge cards.
Yes, he doesn't have any Dredge card yet. That's weird. So he has milled 6 cards but hasn't hit any Dredger.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any looting effect as well. So he's stuck.
It seems it's bad. It's a bad situation for Alain this time.
Yeah. Stuck with 2 lands in play. And Kevin is, I don't know if he has assembled the combo here, or he's just counting the mana, so that's 2 damage for him. And then he is
Floating 3 mana.
so there's Eldritch
Eldritch
Evolution, and
Evolution.
then sacrifice says the Noble Hierarch, so he can get a
Vizier. Or Devoted Druid.
no
Ah.
the what's that card again?
Is that the one that searches? The Dusk Watcher Recruiter?
That's Watcher Recruiter. Yeah, when you have infinite mana, you can
Yeah.
search 3 cards, I think, on the top of your library, and then you can put it in the bottom.
It's a two to cast creature, 2/2. Pay 3, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. The rest at the bottom of your library in any order.
It's probably gonna be
At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast, last turn transform the Squatcher Recruiter.
Yes, but I guess you don't want it to transform. So now it depends on Alain's play if he will be casting any card. Yeah.
If you cast any,
I guess he will be casting something. I've seen a Fatus. He drew a Fatus Looting. Here we go. All right, it's probably be discarding a Dredge card here now. Kevin can use the Squatch Recruiter's ability at the end of his turn,
yeah.
and he can filter his library and assemble the combo more comfortably. So Alain discards the Price Amalgam and
Bloodghast.
Bloodgas, and then casts
And
a
then
Raven's Crime.
to discard.
That's the post-mortem lunge.
Yeah.
Now he is activating the ability.
Ability.
And now he gets the Vizier. So only one more card to combo off, and then he can search his entire library because he'll have infinite mana. And I see that he. It's a Noble Hierarch. I thought it has collected. Court of Calling. So cast a Noble Hierarch. And then it swings with the Squatch Recruiter. Pass the turn. So he's taking his time here. He didn't cast the Vizier of Remedies yet. Probably he's waiting until he gets Devoted Druid in play. Alain plays a land, and that will trigger the Bloodcast to come into play. But he takes 2 damage for putting in. Oh, there's a Bontus.
Bontus Reckoning.
No. That Bontus Reckoning?
Yeah, the destroy all creatures, then you don't untap lands next turn.
And but before that,
he activates the
ability of the Sasquatch Recruiter. Now he has the combo in his hand.
2 of the combo pieces.
Yep. Okay, but he will not be able to have the unlimited mana yet because the Devoted Druid has summoning sickness. So he's thinking about it. He has Birds of Paradise, so he's not in a hurry. So next turn, he'll probably have unlimited mana. Only needs a filter or search card to get any.
The bad thing is combo. He can't untap.
For Alain, yep.
Yeah.
So he only attacks with the Price Amalgam. And let's see here if Kevin will have the combo. I think he does.
He does.
He got the Eldritch Evolution, I think.
Yeah.
And that's for unlimited mana, and then he can cast Eldritch Evolution, sacrifice the Birds of Paradise, and the Sasquatch Recruiter, and then after that the Ballista.
Walking Ballista.
That's it. So I guess that evens the game.
This is actually a slow play for both the decks.
I guess it's for Kevin. It wasn't a slow development for him, but for Alain, we saw that it doesn't have any dredgers, it doesn't have any looting effect.
Yeah, I think Kevin was trying to go mid range on his deck.
Yep, probably he knows that
he can outrace the Dredge.
I mean, even if Dredge will have many creatures, he has many creatures as well that can serve as blockers.
Yeah.
Plus, he has a post-mortem launch that he can block with a Devoted Druid, and then you can still play it the next turn.
Yeah, for just 3 mana.
Yeah, for three
Or
mana.
even 2 and pay 2 life.
Yes, and he can combo off,
Yeah.
and he knows that. Again, Dredge doesn't have that much removal, but now he knows that Alain has a engineered explosives and Bontus Last Reckoning, so he'll be aware of that this time. But I guess he didn't sideboard anything, right?
Yeah, he did not. I think he's ready for the Bontos Reckoning because as you can see, he's on tempo. So he's like not going all out with his creatures.
Yeah, and again, the difference is the post-mortem lunge.
Yeah, he
He can,
can get it back anytime.
yeah, he can get any creature in the graveyard anytime he wants, and Alain is adjusting his uh, deck here, probably for the worship.
Yeah. I think on Dredge, you will be needing more spot removals, I guess.
But I know that they're limited to
Yeah.
just the conflagrate and the master mover, like the bonus last recommend. Alain's taking a break here. Can't recall if yeah yeah I think he takes a toilet break here, and I was watching his deck. Dredge is a really complicated deck to play. In Since we're pauper players, I know what's the deck again. With the enchantment, black enchantment.
Uh,
That I think that's the hardest deck to play in pauper. Torment. What's that again?
yeah, I'm thinking about the card.
Something torment. I forgot the name, but that's
Yeah,
the
it's a green black deck. It's
but the enchantment is black, and
yeah,
that's the hardest deck to play for me.
second hardest I think.
So what's the hardest one for?
The hardest one is the I call this the eggs, I guess.
Ah, the eggs.
Yeah, because
The
because it's not unlike in modern the KCI. Even though your hands doesn't look well, it pulls out of nowhere. But unlike the popper eggs, sometimes you consistently draw just eggs and eggs and eggs, and you can't find your win con.
I don't know. I tried it, but I goldfished it, but I for me it's still gonna be the other deck.
Tortured existence.
Tortured existence, yeah. Not torment. Tortured existence. It's much harder.
Yeah, I remember the tortured zombies.
Yeah. Compared to the new that X deck is new, right?
Yeah, the eggs deck is new.
That's
Or
fast
probably
deck.
or probably Demir's teaching.
Probably yeah, but at least with Demir's teaching, it's just it's yeah, it is complicated too. I've seen our friend Adrian play. That's his always his go-to deck is a Dimir deck. And Eros, Manlangit, both of them they play Dimir decks. They love Dimir decks, and uh, it's a matter of what you're gonna fetch.
Yeah, it's a matter
Yeah.
of what you're gonna get.
But I think in its core, it's a control deck. So it's um, for me. Well, still I go with tortured existence, but I agree that that's a compared to the X deck that's harder to pilot. Even the mere teachings
The
deck.
thing with control is this. Um, Most people think that if you are playing with control, it's really hard to get through against control. But the truth is, control's only strong if they have at least a few cards there that we can say unfair. Like let's say for example, in modern, blue white controls become unfair when Search for Azcanta was printed. In Pauper, there's no unfair uh, cards that you can use in control. And unlike Tortured Existence itself, it's a very unfair card because it's always 1 for 1. You always have something that you can replace your hand with, or your creatures in the battlefield it's always something that replenish your arsenal. But in Pauper, if you're going to go control, there's really not a card there that I can say that's unfair.
Yeah.
Because the closest one to unfair
What's
is
the ban card? What's that again? The fairy card?
no, Cloud of Fairies. I don't think it's unfair. The deck where it is attached to is unfair, but Cloud of Fairies itself isn't. But I think the closest one that I can say for control in Pauper is probably Gush.
Ah, yeah.
That's the closest thing that I can call unfair in Pauper.
Gosh.
But still, it's not something that you should be afraid of.
All right, so going back to the game here, game three, Kevin showed his hand, all lands.
Yeah.
That's. But Alain replies as well. He also mulligans to 6.
I think he's afraid of getting what happened earlier, that he's got what no dredge at all. He never
Nope.
dredge, right? In the last game, he was not able
I think
to
so.
dredge at all.
I think he doesn't have any dredgers. He doesn't have any looting effects.
Yeah,
So it's
I'm not sure
bad
what he
hand.
was planning.
I guess he's stuck with the price amalgams and the blood gas. And
Yeah,
he was
I'm just not sure what he was trying to pull off when he decided to play that hand.
probably is confident that because he has a Shriekhorn, he's
Yeah,
confident that he
he's
can have
probably
a
confident
dredger.
about that.
Because that's 3 activations and there's no dredge card.
Yeah,
It's really awful, you know.
so it's like 6 cards.
Yeah, I mean you should be expecting at least one, or at least a looting a looting effect. You can get a looting effect, but I guess he wasn't lucky. So they kept their 6 card hands,
Lotus Scribe,
and
Kevin put it in the
Kevin
bottom.
bottoms the card while Alain is contemplating. And what's the card on top? Maybe let's see. He's still thinking about it. Yep, he decided to put it on top, and then starts with a Bloodstained Mire, fetches for a
So I guess it didn't matter.
Stomping Ground.
I
Yeah,
guess,
that didn't
I guess
matter.
it didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
The Scry.
Or probably, I don't know if it did matter to him or what. Yeah, probably did. But sometimes, unconsciously, you forget. So, it's either he's casting Shriekhorn again on his turn 1.
Turn
So that's a
one.
consistent turn 1 play for Alain.
Yeah, for the third time around.
Yes, for the third game, while we have Horizon Canopy for Kevin, takes 1 damage for a Noble Hierarch. Here we go. Let's see if Alain will blank again with Shriekhorn. So, nope,
So-
he gets an early Dredger there with Stink
The,
with
the
Imp.
deepest dredger
Stink with Imp, and then he dredges now.
for 5.
No,
Oh,
he,
no.
he activates
Yeah,
the
he
Shriekhorn
dredge.
at the upkeep, and now this time he dredges for 5. But he dredged the
Creeping
Assassin's
Shield.
Trophy, so he doesn't have any removal in there, and he has a 3 Creeping Chill, bringing down Kevin's life to 16 and upping his life to 20. I guess there's gonna be a Blood Gas in play
Yeah.
this turn for Alain. It's a matter of what land will he play. Is that a Dark Blast in his hand?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I think it's a Dark Blast, so he can.
Either the Dark Blast or it's a Bontus Reckoning.
So if it's a Dark Blast, that's gonna be a problem for Kevin.
Yeah, he's
Or-
gonna lose the Noble Hierarch.
Yeah, gonna lose a Noble Heart, but
No, actually no, because he doesn't have Black Source yet.
yeah, he doesn't have any Black Source yet. But here we go with the Blood Gas, and he has another Blood Gas in hand. He needs a looting effect to put that into the graveyard.
Passes the turn.
Okay, Kevin takes another damage. here
Two
for
mana.
a
Devoted
Devoted
Druid.
Druid, and then
Dried
a
Arbor.
Dried Arbor as his land. So we're just waiting for uh, the Vizier of Remedies. And then Alain activates the Shriekhorn
For the last time.
in his upkeep. And then he dredges now
Life from the
Life from the
Loam.
Loam. There's a looting effect now, and he has a Nature's Claim in the, in the graveyard for Worship. Now he's a looting effect, and he can discard the other Bloodghast, and then he can put in the two price amalgams at the end of his turn. So he
Swinging for
attacks
two.
first. Okay, and then cast
Conflagrate
Conflagrate
for
for the
4.
three creatures, which wipes his board. And it doesn't have any. I think that's the land card, which brings back the Bloodghast, and then the two price amalgam. Oh, it only has one price amalgam. Sorry. So it's a very fast start for Alain suddenly because he was able to take care of the three creatures. So we're looking at 2 for 7 damage next turn. So it's
Yeah.
a 2 turn clock for Alain. Kevin is in a tight spot here because if he casts a creature or probably part of his combo piece, uh, he can only block with it, but cast 2 dorks. I
I'm not sure
guess
if it can save him.
I guess he has the combo this turn, if not for the conflagrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
But
not.
still doesn't have Wincon. Doesn't have Eldritch
But I
Evolution
don't
in
know
hand.
what's. I think he has the Chord of Calling in his hand. The second card aside from the Vizier of Remedies, but we see a Dredge for Alain.
I think it's Noble Hierarchy. It's Vizier and Noble Hierarchy. That's his hand.
Oh, it's a Noble Hierarchy, so he needs to draw a card from the Horizon Canopy.
You know, Conflagrate, it's a very funny card because I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was printed first in Time Spiral.
I think so.
During that time, it's considered a crap card.
Okay.
And now look at him. Look at this piece of mastery, the Conflagrate. It's now doing something.
Yeah, same with the Postmortem Lunge. It's nobody's paying attention to it now. It's suddenly a key piece in this Devoted
Yeah.
Evolution deck or Vizier Evolution deck. I think it's more commonly known as a Vizier Evolution. Let's see what did Kevin got. Yeah, it's a Dark Blast there that can
Yeah.
take care of Kevin's creatures. So I see a Devoted Druid. I'm sorry, a Vizier of Remedies, a Noble Hierarch,
And a
and probably
birds.
another Birds.
Yeah, it's a birds.
So he needs to crack the Horizon Canopy. Here we go. I think he's cracked. No, he casts Birds first.
I think it's gonna go for blocking this time.
Yeah. So he casts all his creatures because he knows that he can block forever, while at the same time he will need to assemble his combo. I guess what's he's hoping for is get a combo piece for his draw, and then use the Horizon Canopy for another combo piece
Yeah.
maybe, so we can pull it off. Let's see.
But I think it doesn't matter because he can flashback to Conflagrate.
Which one? I think it doesn't have any conflagrate yet. This one is already exiled.
Oh,
Yeah, the one that you see there with the dice is already exiled.
right.
But he can always dredge the Dark Blast.
Yeah,
Which
or
can,
the Fateless Looting.
yes.
and go with
I guess he doesn't
threats.
need it because
And go
Kevin
with
is down
threats.
3. So Dredges again for 5. There's no conflagrate, but Kevin is down to 3. He's just gonna attack here.
He needs to put up the pressure.
Yeah, just needs to attack because Kevin is
Force the block.
yeah, is forced to block. So it's gonna Kevin will be blocking all 3 creatures, but he casts
Fateless
Faithless Looting
looting.
first. Flashbacks, Faithless Looting. That is for 5, 2, 3, 4. There's a
And there's a
conflagrate,
conflagrate.
but he's
But he,
unable to cast it
yeah.
this turn, I think. And Dredges another one, another 5. Nope, there's no creeping chill as well.
He still has one land.
So I think he'll be able to cast. Nope, that's a Ghost Quarter. Is he able to cast Conflagrate?
No, it needs to be red.
Oh, so double red man.
Unless he has another red source in there somewhere.
But he can only deal 2 damage.
It's doubled when it's from flashback.
Oh. So here we go. The Blood Gas now has haste.
Conflagrate 2. Oh, he
So
kills that. There.
yeah, but
He can
that's
actually just do it in the face.
yeah, but I guess he wants to go out in style.
Yeah, probably.
So Rain wins the round, and we will be back for round 4.
Alright.